much easier to talk in front of kids. Oh, okay. In 1992, in my opinion, one of the greatest movies of all time came out, A League of Their Own, starring Tom Hanks and Gina Davis. When I quickly set the scene for you, Tom Hanks, who stars as Jimmy Dugan, is yelling at one of his female players, who made multiple mistakes throughout the game. He yells to her, "Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball." Well, there's no crying in teaching. I was an English major in college, and it was my goal to become an English teacher upon graduation. However, due to college athletics, I was unable to realize that goal of obtaining my teaching license through the School of Education route. So in 2006, upon graduating from college, I interviewed for Teach for America. I was on to my third and final interview round, but apparently crying during an interview is not the best way to show empathy. Dear Allissa, we regret to inform you that you have not been selected to join the 2006 Corps. So a change of plans, social work. I was a social worker at the Department of Child Services for 8 years. The typical tenure of DCS social workers directly out of college was about 6 months. I've done my best to fight off the secondary trauma and the sleepless nights, the politics of all of it. Are we really doing what's best for children, I would ask myself? Are we really keeping kids safe? Does the administration know what we really are going through? Have they ever performed a home visit? Do you know what it's like to be on call and to remove a child from their home at 3 a.m. in the morning? I needed a new career. I needed to transition to a career where I was still focused on children and families and the community. I still wanted to work hard and make a difference. I wanted to give back, and I still wanted to teach. So I interviewed for Teach for America for the second time in 2014. Social work had hardened me. I was no longer a crier. I'm an experienced adult now. I've been a supervisor. I've testified in court. I've led trainings. I've supported families. I've bonded with children. Hell, I've kept children safe. Dear Allissa, congratulations. We are pleased to inform you have been accepted to the 2015 Corps. I can do this. I'm 31 years old. I'm experienced. I used to be a social worker. Yes, I'm engaged to be married, in May, but I'm sure this new experience won't interfere with my personal life. Saturday, May 30th, 2015, I married the love of my life, Allissa Impink. Monday, June 1st, I began my first week of being inducted into the 2015 Indianapolis Corps. Timing was not so perfect, but I'm called to duty. I spent my honeymoon at the University of Tulsa in a dorm room with roaches. My husband of 3 weeks came to visit me. We're able to kind of rendezvous and have some fun in the twin bed dorm room with roaches. Every newlywed's dream. I'm not going to cry. I'm not a crier. I used to be a social worker, and now I'm a teacher. There was a lot of crying in Tulsa. So August 3rd, sorry, I lost my place. August 3rd, 2015, it's my first day of school. I've been trained. I've sat in numerous affinity circles. I know what a gallery walk is. I've memorized I do, then we do, then you do. I am all set. My first year, I'm teaching special education. I've worked with and I've cared for children with trauma. I can handle this. I'm in social work. Many of my kids had IEPs, so I've sat in on case conferences before. What's the difference? I'm sure I can type up an IEP very quickly. My classroom is titled the EH classroom, or is that the ED classroom? I think it stands for emotionally handicapped, or was it emotionally disturbed? Oh, I'm sure it's nothing I can't handle. And looking at my roster, I only had 8 kids. That's fantastic. We're gonna get to know each other so quickly. We're gonna build relationships. They're gonna just love to learn in my room. August 5th, 2015. What the fuck? That's what Why are they screaming? Why are they crying? Please don't hide under the desk. Please get out of the closet. Oh, don't throw that chair. Ouch, my chest. You're not allowed to leave the classroom without permission. Ouch, don't bite me. Close the window. You can't jump out. I'm not a bitch. I'm Mrs. Impink. I'm not a crier. Who am I kidding? I am a crier. I cried often my first year of teaching, but what I'm not is a quitter. I completed my first year in the EH classroom. Sorry, I lost my place again. I'm so sorry. Sorry. I completed my first year in the EH classroom. My principal that year came up to me and said, "You were the first teacher to make it through the entire school year." I understand that EH is a tough environment for a first-year teacher, so I'd love to have you transition to a general education classroom and teach our fifth graders. And I was like, yes, that sounds like a plan. Am I crying again? And I was like, damn. So fast forward to 2018, I'm still teaching. I teach sixth graders now. Our chair's still being thrown sometimes. My love-hate relationship has turned much closer to love. Lesson planning is happening at a faster pace. I still continued on with my special education licensure, and having dual licensure is a pretty cool thing. I'm still learning, and I'm still listening. I'm still pushing through, and I'm still laughing. And from time to time, I'm still crying. Thank you.